Good evening, everybody out there. How y'all doing? Welcome to Poetry's Paradise. And tonight I have a special guest, Joanne Black Poet Stephan. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
All right. We here. We in the building. You know what
Yes,
I'm
we are.
saying? Yeah, we right here in this fixture before the new year kick in. You know what I mean, so listen, I'm gonna let you have the stage. Let everybody know who you are and what you got going on.
All right. Thank you. Once again, I want to say thank you for the opportunity for being here. It finally happened.
That's what's up.
Happy holidays to you, the audience out there. Yes, my name is Joanne Stephen, but my nickname I go as Black Poet. I've been writing for over 15 years of poetry. I do arts. I do, you name it. I'm in Brooklyn, all day, every day. So I got to
Okay, stand
represent.
up.
Yes, here in the 718. And I guess as we go along, your audience will get to know a little bit more about me.
Exactly. True facts. True facts. Well, let me start off. The question is, when did you first start getting into poetry?
Poetry for me was like a hobby. My dad is pretty strict. Couldn't really go outside. Couldn't really play too much until homework was done. So I resulted into writing.
Okay. So, what was some of the instruments that brought you into that factor of writing? Like, um, let us say, like a little exhibition of what took you down that road. You know what I mean, to start writing.
Well, I was always great with writing, even in school. English, best subject. So it just came naturally. I didn't need like anything to really drive me down that road besides just being in the house. You know, um, Art and poetry always came natural to me. It was like back to back, hand in hand. So that's what I spent most of my time doing once I was home.
Yeah. So I mean, I knew it had to be some heavy things going on. You know, growing up in New York City, like I said, you from BK. You know what I mean, so I mean,
Yeah,
that's one of the strongest boroughs out there.
you better believe
I mean,
it.
besides Harlem, you know what I mean, but yeah, I mean, was it like your observation?
Um, like I said, writing it just I just wrote whatever. It didn't happen for me just looking outside. There are certain things, yes, that came from that, but I was just writing as a hobby. I was just that was my little poetic journal. Whatever came to mind, I wrote it down.
Yeah. Did you have any inspiration from other poets or writers?
Always loved Maya Angelou. Definitely for sure. There's so many others to name, but Lord forgive me right now, I can't think of them.
Yeah, I
but
do.
it's definitely a lot of people that I paid attention to growing up in that field.
Yeah. So my question is too is when you first wrote your poetry, was there a wide audience or a small community? Like, did you get up on stage, or was you in front of the classroom or something like that? Like, how was that feeling, like, in emotions when you first exhibited your poetry out to others? You know what I mean, in the open fields.
It was fun. It was nice to see. I loved the reaction that I got. And in school, a lot of kids used to always come to me, "Oh, could you write me something?" Especially the boys would come to me, "Could you write me a little something for my girlfriend?" And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't getting credit for that." You know?
You know, I hear you.
So it would be stuff like that. I mean, it felt good to have somebody else, like what I've written,
Mhm.
and it feels the same way today.
And you are a published author.
Yes, sir. On Amazon, I wrote 3 books thus far. I self-published all 3 of them.
Mhm.
Um, this last one, I actually have it with me.
Yeah.
It's called "Let Me Lick Your Mind." so the audience could see it. It's more than the title. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and you definitely are a dope fly poet too. I read a few of your poems in there, at work. That's why I did the review. I was like, I'm gonna have to take my time getting into this. I said, cause yo, honey is fly with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I was
thank
like,
you.
yo, I'm gonna definitely take my time. I like to be a fan of different poets and reading their literature. You know, so and that you said you had 3 books out.
Yes. The first book I ever wrote was titled Through My Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I have that on lulu.com. And the second book that I've written is called The Insights of Black Poet, which is also on lulu.com.
Okay. So what was that like? Your experience publishing your first book? What led you into the second one and the third? Let the audience know, like, maybe they can get a couple of pointers from you and whatnot, and going through their own experience of trying to put a book out there.
Yeah,
And
I don't mind. You know, I used to have a friend of mine just listen to everything I wrote, just for fun. I used to be like, hey, lend me your ear. And one day he just said to me, which I gotta give him credit, his name is Lambert, go by Phantom in Michigan, gotta give him a shout out. He's the one that said people need to hear your work. And at first I'm like, it's just a hobby. He said, no, I think people would love to really read your work. And once he said that, I said, you know what? Let me just go for it. And I didn't really have the money to pay a publisher. So I looked up how to self publish myself.
Mhm.
And I ended up Googling, Lulu came up, it showed you how to, you know, um, put up your manuscript. I made sure that all my work was copywritten first,
Right.
before I uploaded.
Yeah.
And I had a teacher, a colleague of mine, he helped me with the cover. And
Mhm.
once that came out, it blew my mind. I was so excited.
What
It
was
was unbelievable that I actually had a book.
what was the reception from your peers out there?
The reception was awesome. It was fantastic. Like, within a week, I made like $1,000 off of it because I was pushing it off on the street. You know how we do in Brooklyn, you know? And plus back then people were too scared to go online. So what I
Mhm.
would do was buy it in bulk and just push it on the street.
Mm.
And I've had people call me from all over to tell me how my work has moved them, that they resonated with something in my book.
That's
And
what's
that really made me feel good, because someone out of nowhere that I don't know is coming to me or calling me, telling me that I just felt it was right. I felt that what I was doing was right. And that led me to want to continue writing
mm,
because there's so many things that we can learn off of another person, off
that's
of
right.
maybe something that was written. Even if it's not their story, it could resonate with themselves.
That's right.
And, I felt that was a blessing.
You can't
And
teach me.
hopefully, yes, once I still have breath in these lungs and these fingers still work, I will continue to write.
Uh, So when you came out with the second one and the third one, like how was the reception? Like, I mean, how was they like, yo, you did it again? You know what I mean? You know how New York stands up on that, you know what I mean? They be like, yo,
Yes.
you really popping, yo, like what's up? Let us know.
The second one, to me, it wasn't as hype as the first one.
Mhm.
Um, because my circle is pretty small. I cut a lot of people off. But it took me a while to write this third one. This third one is off the chain. The reaction was crazy.
Oh,
I
that's right.
mean, people were like, girl, really? Did you really write about that? And I was like, I sure did. Some people from the title, they think it's something else. And I'm like, don't judge a book by its cover. You really need to see what's inside. You know, to this day, people are still talking about it. Um, I actually have to laugh from some of the reaction that I do get, especially from women, with some of the contents, but it's to be expected. So I just go with the flow. But this third book definitely was an eye opener for many.
Okay. Let me ask you, when you're writing your poetry, what gives you that inspiration or that, like, do you go by, you create a title, or maybe listen to some sounds and music, or like what's your inspiration? Like what motivates you want to like get involved with the words to the lines?
Um, you know, it's a variety of things.
Mm,
Um, Certain things could be, maybe I heard a conversation, or I saw something out on the street, or just sitting there on the train, something will come to me.
yes.
Sometimes I've awakened out of my sleep just to write something down. Whatever comes to me, I have to write it down immediately.
Okay.
Um, and sometimes just life. Life is the biggest inspiration. You know, um, you could be calm and collective one minute, something could be tragic the next, and that would trigger me to write. You know.
Yeah. So it's just that experience, that feeling. You get
Yes.
that itch. You know what I mean? Like that itch feels real rich within your heart and your mind
Yes.
and soul. You like, I'm right there with it.
Yes, as a fellow poet, I'm sure you've experienced that there's some days where nothing comes to you, and you're like, damn, nothing's coming to me. And
But
then there's days where it's flowing like a river.
a lot of times, like you said, the observation point, something just might hit to you, and you be like, okay, I'm right
Yeah,
there.
I can write about that. Yeah.
That's what I did this morning too when I came home from work. You know what I'm saying? I started for 2 lines, and then all of a sudden I just went through, blazed it, and then recorded it. And I was just like,
Hmm.
okay. I went over it a couple of times, and I was like, all right, I'm looking up like this. Okay, I see what we doing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
before the new year, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you get that itch, like start scratching. Like, okay, I'm
That's
here.
right. Everything is in alignment.
Or it could be that city feeling. You know what I'm saying? You know how city dwellers are. You know what I mean? We get that feeling, that inspiration from
Yeah, because
any.
I know there's a few things out here that I have written about.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's what's up. And once again, can you let the audience out there know, because there might be some people that trying to get themselves involved with publishing their first book, or how to get started, and what's the process? You know what I mean, so if you can
How to
elaborate
get
on.
started is just get that pen in that hand. That's the first step.
Okay.
Second step is to never quit. Keep on going. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Don't let nothing or no one stand in your way, and make sure you complete what you started. Now, as far as publishing, there's many different ways you could go about it. You could either self-publish or go with the company. Self-publishing is not too bad. I did it with Amazon. You could use KDP, you could use Lulu. There's so many others out there, just to say the least. And just go with your gut, you know, go with your gut feeling. If you
That's
want to
what's
write about it, write it. Yeah, no matter how it sounds, write it.
that's right.
Because the
That's
book
right.
is not for you, it's for those that will be reading it.
Exactly. True facts. True facts.
Yeah.
Well, while we on talk about books and everything like that, how about saying you get into your poetry? Let the world know how you standing on twos and one night. You know what I mean? Like, please bless us one night. Bless us. You got your presence here. Now let's hear some of that good poetry. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
where do I begin? Do I do a little, give you a little taste?
Yo, as you say in the world back home, do you, boo?
I might try to do something. You know what? I'll do imaginary world because it's just open to it. And once again, this is out of my book. Let me look your mind so they all can see. And I'm about to read Imaginary World for you all. This imaginary world has almost everyone looking and feeling the same, desensitized and almost hypnotized in a world playing us like a game. From the adults to the teens, everyone wearing the same jeans. No individuality sucked from reality, and the injections turned into infections that's plaguing society into thinking a shapely body gives every man an erection. What is this world where men want to be girls and the women choosing to be men. The roles have switched. The men have more of a twitch, and it seems being single is the new norm. These days, you never know what form of human stands before you. What transformations, you have no clue. This imaginary world has lost morals and values in many areas that we need. I fear for the new generation growing up in such frustration that I'm not sure how they will succeed. I can only pray and teach those along the way, so hopefully they will remain strong and not go astray. 50 years on this earth, a lot has changed since my birth, but nothing will change my heart and soul, because with this imaginary world, it will tear you apart, have your world turn cold. And what was all together would be far from hold. Cheers to your imaginary world. There you go.
All right. All right. Give you an applause on that. Some snaps. I mean, well, look, you up on the stage live, you know what I mean? So
I had
can
you
you, can you,
frozen.
can you, rock, can you rock it out for us? You know what I mean? Can we get different variations? You know what I mean? Like, please bless us. You know what I mean? So I want the world to know. I
Oh,
want
you
them
want
to
some
hear
more?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I want more. Bring
Say
it.
less.
Feed
Say
the
less.
brother. Feed the audience. So like,
Ooh, okay. See, I wasn't sure. I'm like, you know what? I'll just give you a little taste, but if you want more, I give it to you.
yeah, we want a full course meal.
Oh, you hungry tonight? You came out with the knife and fork.
We hungry. Me, producer, the audience,
All
feed us.
right, that's what's up. So you know what? That was just a little what? What you call that? An appetizer?
It's an appetizer.
You give you a little main course right here. Then you might want a little snack and dessert in between, right?
All right, we definitely need that.
This one is called Spare Me.
Okay.
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but how are you telling me you have your cycle as a dude? Do you know how it feels to be fresh and clean, only to drop your underwear to a crime scene? Do you know how it feels to be bloated, swallowing pills not easily coated, breasts so tender, hurting by the slightest touch? Even in the shower, it feels like too much. Spare me. Have you ever experienced cramps? Getting them so bad you bent over like your gramps? You're trying to convince me you have a uterus? Please stop, because that's really humorous. Being a woman is something you can't buy. You may come close, but you're still a guy. As if we don't have enough problems. With each new day that comes, we can't solve them. Spare me. Like I have a vasectomy, getting blue balls I have sewn on me, with sperm to impregnate somebody. Now all of a sudden I'm a daddy? Spare me. I'm not knocking how you feel, but let's cut the crap and be real. You have a banana that can peel, while I have lips that's also a meal. A satisfaction you could never steal, so stop running circles on your hamster wheel. Spare me. All right,
Mm,
you ready
mm.
for another one?
All right, but question up, question up. What
Question
what
up, talk
gave
to
you
me.
what gave you the inspiration or the motivation or the decision to write that piece? What was that about?
This piece was definitely about how I feel they are trying to devalue women. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you could actually have a transgender man or a man saying he feels like a woman being woman of the year. How is that possible? They want to take out the word motherhood and have us be known as birthing people. Seriously? You know, it's so many things that along this line that made me write this. You have grown men talking about, oh, I feel, I feel just like a woman do. How can you do that? How? I can't say I feel like a man. I can't.
Hey,
I can't say my nuts is hurting me. I don't know what that feels like. I mean, I don't want to get you like canceled or nothing. So please let me know if I have
yeah,
to tone
I
it
feel you. I
down.
feel you. I hear you. I'm sure the
You know,
audience
but
hear you too.
yes, you just see too much,
Yeah,
too much
it's a lot
going.
going on out in the world. I mean,
Yes,
a little too much.
too much. I'm scared for my grandson. You
Yeah,
know, I look at stuff like that. They're pushing too much in the forefront, and it's almost like they're trying to replace women. But we really can't be replaced because how would they be a new generation?
And like I said, trying to be candid about things, but there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
but listen,
I'm just trying to keep it real on a different,
no
that
doubt.
was like a
I mean,
wake.
just men, women out there listening. You know what I'm saying? Young people. You know what I mean? So we gotta
Yeah, I'm not trying
provide
to
you with
stomp on nobody's toes. I'm just trying
gotta
to
throw
spread
some
the
jewels and
truth.
gems on that. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I asked you about that on. That's why I threw it out there. Like, yo, from the author's mouth. You know what I mean? Hey, but
Yeah,
well, how about giving us a little dessert? You know what I mean? We ready for dessert?
you want dessert?
We want
I'll keep
dessert.
it light. I'll
Like
keep it light.
Digital Underground, do what you like. I mean,
mm, let me see. Let me see. All right. You know what? I think this is light. And this one is called Just Me.
okay.
6'1" tall, strong, dark skin with full lips. A twisted spine with uneven hips, lopsided boobs, and carrying a belly. I can list so much like a menu from the deli. But what will that have? What will that do? Have you laugh at me more? Or appreciate this queen who doesn't care anymore? I don't need your approval because I love myself. I put myself high, way beyond the top shelf. Too many people need praises and likes from those they don't know, continuing to fool themselves with this unnecessary show, trying to fill the emptiness inside because their ego needs a continuous ride. Thank goodness I'm happy just being me, while all that other stuff flows naturally. I know what true love is, and it starts with me. That warm, fuzzy feeling you have internally will always show through externally. It's just me, a woman with many flaws, who have embraced them without a pause, where I can go to bed and sleep well at night, and not to be awakened by my brain's constant fight. The peace in my heart has me filled with glee. I can talk about others, but prefer to just be me. There you have it.
Uh, there you go.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say once again, I'm a fan of your book. Like, you definitely dope and fly. You know what I mean? I should have known when I was reading stuff before I even knew, like you was from NY. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, she got such a good flow and everything. Like, yo, you know, I'm like, DC or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you definitely active with it. You know what I mean?
Thank
I
you
have a
so
question.
much.
No,
Sure.
you very welcome. How do you feel about the different genres of poetry? Like, is there any specific one that you're like you right there with, or you just flexible,
I
diversity?
think I'm flexible. There's even flexibility in the book the way I've written a lot of them, because it's not every time you want to rhyme, but you still want to get the word and the message out there.
Mhm.
And however it comes to me and however I'm flowing with it, that's what it's gonna be.
Is
Yeah.
there any like particular one, like how you when you in them zones, or you just all the way out there? You know what I'm saying? You just moving across the universe.
Yeah, whatever this however it hit me, you know. Because I think if I think about it, it's not gonna come out the way I want it to.
Yeah.
But if I'm just flowing with it, it'll just be like, all right, oh yeah, I like it like that. You
So
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you just allow it to manifest.
Yes, pretty much.
And it's just like, all right, I'm here. I mean, it is what it is around me.
Exactly. Let the ink flow through my brain and my veins and just
Yeah,
write it out. However it comes out, it comes out.
I feel you on that. So,
Yes.
have you done any stage performances?
I
Like,
have. I've performed in the Bronx. This was years ago. I've performed in Brooklyn. And then after a while, I stopped because I felt I wasn't getting the support because
mm,
I was in the industry before and I was dealing with mostly artists and stuff like that. But I felt it wasn't coming to me the same way I was giving it out. And I did take a pause with writing for a while.
mm,
And I just started back recently and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad I picked up where I left off.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, how was that feeling though? Like when you feel like you support others and others don't support you. I mean,
It's definitely a messed up feeling because when I tell you when I support somebody, I'm all in. I used to be on the radio, leave my house at 2:30 in the afternoon and not return until like 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I was out there, you
you
know.
was definitely out there with that. Man,
Yes, every
woman
event
on a mission.
I was there, I was hosting, and to know that I was there,
Hmm.
nobody really reciprocated. Yeah, you feel a type of way, but then you learn from your mistakes. You know, I've learned that I'm not going to answer every call or I'm not going to go to every event that everybody wants me to be at. No, got to find time for what I love. I could still be supportive, but I could be
Right.
supportive from a distance also.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like being in those situations that helped you push along further and catapult you to like another level?
Yes, yes, most definitely because I no longer feel like a doormat, you know.
Mhm.
Now I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I don't need someone else to give me that extra push. Where I felt like, you know what, let me go here and there and take pictures with this one and that one because it looks like, no, I could do that on my own, you
Okay,
know.
nice. Um, do you feel like you inspire others out there, like wider audience, older people that are just getting into poetry, younger people?
I do. I was approached by several people, colleagues, even strangers that, they've listened to my work and they said, you know what, you make me want to write. I actually met a sister off of Facebook. Kudos to brother B dot GKL. Today's his birthday too.
I know.
I
Happy
actually
birthday,
met
brother.
her from
Word.
his page, and she actually purchased a book.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
He's definitely a good brother, that's why I had to give him a little shout out today for his B-day,
oh yeah, no doubt.
but
Good brother on that.
she said to continue writing. Yes. So yeah, I've definitely inspired a few people.
Okay. So is BK standing up with you while you going through this evolution
Ah,
through your books? You know what I'm saying? Do you get the mad love from all boroughs? You know what I mean?
I think so. I don't know about Staten Island because they on the island, but definitely Brooklyn.
What about Harlem? Are we standing with you?
Of course, no doubt. I know too many people in Harlem for them to say, "Nah,
All
I
right,
don't know."
all
No,
right.
they
We don't
definitely
want to
don't.
be discriminated against. You know what I mean? You know that's the mecca.
That's true, but you know what? I can't lie either. I can't sit here and be like, "Yeah, Staten Island there with me." Yeah, like everybody else is with me. Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, definitely in there. So I'm
That's a
happy to
hard
be with
one to touch
you.
out in Staten Island. You know what I mean? Shaolin. You know what I mean? It's hard to touch out there a little bit. They
Yeah,
like
I
their
don't. I
own.
don't mind touching them though. If they'll let me.
Yeah, they their own strong community out there. You know what I mean?
Sure
So
enough.
remember, we crossed the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The border and the water. So but that's what's up though. You know what I mean? Like what are your plans for the future right now? Like what I mean, how we going into 2025? What's the vibe? You know what I mean? Like let us know what's up.
The vibe for 2025 is definitely to be healthier. Because I did have a little episode during Thanksgiving where I almost had a stroke.
Yeah.
Um, not to be stressed out. Be with family more, stick to my loved ones as they're, getting up there in age. Writing,
Yeah, too, they
definitely
say.
writing some more.
Yeah.
Writing is never going to stop. It's going to stop until I stop. But other than that, I just want to keep spreading positivity. I want to
Mhm.
spread the good word everywhere to everyone, and especially we need more love in the world. So if I could do that through my writing or even a post or even just a conversation, I'm doing my job that I'm here for.
Amen. That's what's up. Well,
Yes.
let the people know where can they get in touch with you. What's the contact?
All right, don't be in my DMs now, but They can definitely catch me on IG, poetic diva 1250 on IG, on Facebook. I am poetic Joanne Diamond, pardon. And if you want my books, you could get Through My Eyes and The Inside of Black Poet on lulu.com. And my last book, again, is Let Me Lick Your Mind, and it's available on Amazon.
All right, let them see that cover again so they know
Get
what's
at
up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you kind of froze, Joanne. Yeah, you froze, Joanne, when you was
I hear you.
okay. No, I said you froze.
Where did I lose you at?
Oh, let's see that book cover again. Let them see what they getting themselves into. You know what I mean? There you have it. Let me lick your mind, Joanne
Yes.
Step.
Yes.
So, you know, what is your thoughts going into this new year? Like, creatively speaking.
Creatively speaking, my poetry is just going to dig a lot deeper. If they think it's deep now, it's about to be a well.
Hey, you got my mind twirling around. I'm thinking about a BK Harlem collaboration. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
talk to me.
So I've been pinning and winning, and when I definitely ain't spinning around in circles, I tell you that
Hello.
uh, word.
I don't mind. I don't mind collaborating at all.
You know how the city gives it up. You know what I mean? Word.
Yes.
But I saw somebody post up ATL2. They said they got love for you on that show. Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, so it came up on Atlanta too. You know what I mean?
That's
That's what
beautiful. I love
they
Atlanta. I
love,
got people
baby.
in Atlanta. ATL stand up.
Hey, that's what's up on that. But look, do you have anything last for like the audience out there? You know what I mean? Any captivating thoughts, illustrated moments of conversation to them? Like, what's up?
My what I would like to piggyback before we leave is that um again we need to spread more love in the world. We don't know what's coming for us in 2025 with this new person in office back again. I think we all need to stick together. I think we all need to wake up a little bit more and stop being asleep for the sheep, without stepping on too many toes. But definitely, knowledge is power. And we need, not because I'm an author, but we need to read more. There's so much more that's hidden in books that we are not familiar with. And we need to really have more exploration and get off of the social media.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And before we leave, can we just get one last poem?
Of course. I thought you'd never ask.
Of course, I was gonna ask. I'm from Harlem. You know what I mean? You know how we be.
Yeah, all
The
day, every
strongest,
day.
the strongest out of the five boroughs.
Let me see. Let me see. I wanna leave a
Leave a mark on the show.
yes. This one is called Unlearn the Lies. Pretty fitting for this time of year, don't you think? As a kid, you can only go by what's taught to you. In your head, you believed it to be true. It came from sources like your parents and teachers. Sometimes it even came from the preachers. So, how do we unlearn the lies? His story was never my story, just a story being planted, where the truth is a small portion and the majority is still slanted, molded in a direction they expect you to take. But over the years, you realize it was all fake. Symbols they want us to worship that don't represent us. When you realize the truth, they ask, what's the fuss? Statues with their noses missing to hide the true identity, replaced with images of modern society, not giving us a chance to enjoy our euphoria, knowing there were kings and queens from Ethiopia, slavery, a topic many hate to touch because it was so heinous. The real truth is too much. Unlearn the lies, so many ancestors died. No one can forget it, even if they tried. If they can tell it themselves, we hear a different version. As bodies are buried at the sea, the focus is on excursions. The lies are still being told to this day. But when you know the truth, the lies will surely fade away. That's Unlearn the Lies out of my book, Let Me Lick Your Mind.
Now, before we part ways, I want to ask, what inspired that piece that you just released?
Because we've been lied to for so long that we all need to unlearn the lies. We've been lied to in school, we've been lied to at work, we just been lied to, period. You know, at some point, this is why we need to be more knowledgeable of what's going on around us, for us, and with us.
Mm, amen. I mean,
Amen.
that's what's up. Well, look,
Mhm.
I want to thank you, Joanne Black Poet Stephen, for coming
Steven,
through. Stephen, thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for showing up, bringing that dope fly poetry, giving explanations on it, showing us mad love here at V.I.V.E. Hey, it's been beautiful. Any last words to the audience out there?
Thank you. I just appreciate you. I appreciate everyone out there. And hopefully, we could do more of this.
Amen. I mean, we good. We good. People out there in this Let's Talk universe, VIV universe, the society, we'll be back hitting y'all strong. Y'all can follow me, King Atterbury Inc. on TikTok to find out more things that's coming forth with Poetry's Paradise. And we out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. Poetry on.